You never share anything about your wife, but you are married. For me, those are lines that you are leaving open. How do you leave those lines open? Because then someone needs to know, even on social media, that you are married.
Yeah.
They need to know. You are on WhatsApp throughout the night as though you are unmarried. You are on WhatsApp, you are on Facebook, available in the wee hours of the morning as though you are not married.
Yeah, but busy talking to people. Here we are not talking about just someone. We're talking about someone going through other stuff, but living a life as if you are single. Now, there are some calls that when you are with your spouse, when they are ringing, you prefer not to answer them because you don't want the other person to hear or your spouse to know what you are discussing with that other person. These are things which are happening today with our phones.
No, but again, honey, how I feel is that it's only a courtesy that if you are, it doesn't mean you cannot not answer a phone. If let's say there's a call that comes in and you feel like, okay, like you would do that with me. Malume maybe would call and then you would be like, I know this call with Malume is not going to be a long one. And you would reject a short one. And then you would reject the call in front of me. But you would say that, this is Malume, I'll call him later. Because this call is not going to be long. But there are spouses out there that will get calls, they just reject it. And the wife is left asking herself, who was that? Why didn't he answer the call? And why couldn't he answer it in front of me? Because when you don't even say anything, you look suspicious. So all these things, it's you putting yourself in a position of being suspicious, even if there's nothing wrong that you are doing. But when it's a courtesy and you say when you reject a call, okay, I'll have to get back to it. Or you answer it and it's maybe an urgent call from your job. You say, okay, I have to take this, honey, is my boss. And you walk away. It's not just saying, hello, and you can't talk. You can see a person that is tight. They cannot talk on this call when the wife is present. For us, all of us, that is questionable, that is suspicious. There's something there that is not okay. Why can't you be able to take your phone and, because if we trust each other, trust is the biggest thing, and trust is end. When I said that if you cannot trust me with your password of your phone, then you are not fit that I can trust you with my life. Because my life include my married life. It means that you can, if you can be unfaithful to me with your password, you can be unfaithful to me in our marriage. If you can hide your password, you can still hide that you are married.
Yeah.
And another person would be like, no, it's nothing. We are not just friends. It's nothing. I'm like, oh, we are just talking. There's nothing wrong. It's a colleague. We're just talking. Hey, me and you, we started talking, didn't we?
Yeah, that's how we started.
Yeah, but look where we are now. Years later with 6 kids. So whoever you're talking to, it's a potential waiting to happen.
So it's very important for you to know and make sure that the phone is just a device. And this device must not make you guys to fight. I mean, like we said earlier on, that there are some wives who don't even know their husband's passwords, or the husbands don't want their wives to know that. If you are transparent as a couple, what is the problem? If there is trust, then it means you'll be able to take the phone without having any issues. Maybe my phone rings and I change the language to exclude my spouse, So I just change to speak to the person on the other side in a language that I know my spouse doesn't know, so that she doesn't get to understand and hear what we are talking about. There are many things that can happen with the phone, so let us use it for the good.
It's not just they can happen, they do happen. People use their phones for that. People store people's names under false things. I would have a cousin, or you would have wife, you would have me as love, and then you add another E, and then it's someone else. So when it rings, I'm like, oh, probably he was calling me. When I see there was a missed call on your phone, and I'm like, oh, he was probably calling me, but it was not me, it was someone else. You just added an E because you are trying to cover your tracks.
Or I can have my girlfriend as Vodacom.
Yeah. That's why people do.
Or as call center.
And the funny thing though with call center is that you call the call center, but the call center you don't answer the call when they call you and I'm around. Why wouldn't you answer the call of the call center when I'm around, but in your own private time you answer the call center?
Yeah, there are many things, guys.
And all these things, they create suspicion, and where there's suspicion, understand that there's someone else's feelings that are diminishing. This person is losing hope in a relationship. They are losing trust in a relationship. Trust is end, and it took you long to build that trust. So when you allow these things to create suspicion, and you allow suspicions to be created, it takes away from your spouse. It does not build your relationship. It makes them to tiptoe around things, wanting to find out if there's more.
Yeah.
Wanting to check up on you. Is there something more
to this than we see? And the other thing is the exes, guys.
Yeah.
You know, your exes, people, unless of course there are other issues, maybe you still have children that you are co-parenting and whatever, that's something else. But yeah, I'm talking about there are some people who are still emotionally connected to their exes even though they are married.
Yeah.
You know that very well.
Okay.
Now,
for me, I've got one example. An example of someone, they're saying that this is an ex, right? But they have benched their ex. They've put their ex on a bench as a backup plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they need finances, when things are tough in the house, that person is able to say, okay, if I were to ask this person to help, I know they would, because I know they would do anything for me. Come on, guys. An ex is an ex. You are not with them for a reason. But now when the tough gets going, you want to bring them back by saying they're gonna be able to help you. You didn't cut ties with them. You need, if you've cut ties, you cut ties. But if you're gonna leave them hanging, then it means that they can walk in at any given time. They would call on them and say, this is what I'm going through, and the guy would be like, no, you know those guys that will do anything for you. Hey, maybe some of you guys are very innocent, you don't have them, but I know people that have them, and some of us, we have them. When you know that this person would do anything for you, and when you call on them, because you're the one that got away, they will be able to help you, and they will jump in helping you, knowing fully well that you are married.
Always looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, they're looking for an opportunity to outplay and outdo your husband, especially when things are not going well. They want to be there. They want to be the ones that are going to be in the mix, adding value and taking away from your marriage.
So I think let's agree here that the exes, the relationship with the exes, especially where there was an emotional connection, we guys, we don't feel good when our wives talk a lot about their exes. We don't feel good when their wives always says, you know, my ex did this. It's like, come on, get over it. I'm here now.
Yeah, and I can remember we're talking about the exes and the cell phone. Yeah. So on the phone, you talk with your ex. What do you say to your ex about your current situation on your phone? What conversation are you having? When you're WhatsApping them, what conversation are you having? Are you sharing things about your current home and your current marriage? That makes your ex, gives them hope that things can work out again there. Are you opening that door?
If there was, if all your calls were recorded with your ex, would you be okay for your wife to listen to all those conversations you are having?
Whatever they send you. When they send you, remember, they send you things. These days, there's sexting, they send you nudes, they do all these things, but you take them, and you are saying that you still dedicated to the marriage. How do you allow those things? For me, it's even worse when you are going to receive inappropriate pictures. Why are you keeping them? Why are you even looking at them? Why are you even opening that to yourself? And then you say, but we didn't do anything. Cheating, it's not you physically doing. You can emotionally cheat. Emotionally cheating is you being in a relationship with someone emotionally. You spend more time emotionally with them and telling them, they know how you feel more than your own spouse.
Yeah.
That is still cheating. You cannot say, no, I didn't cheat. We were just talking, like I said, it started by us talking, and it led to another thing, and others will lead to you being sent nudes of people and their private parts and everything else. That it's sad that we have to talk about these things, even in the Christian circles, they still do happen. It's sad, because then it means that there's a door that you didn't close.
Yes,
you need to close that door and make sure that you close that door, because if you don't close that door, you leave a room of hope. The devil is still going to use the very same hope. He knows what you are struggling with. He knows what you are battling with. And he's going to make sure that he uses that door to come into your life.
Yeah. And the other thing is setting boundaries.
Yeah.
It's very important for us as a couple to know that, guys, when we are having dinner, phones aside. This is just us as a family. You know, when it's family time, phones aside. And what time do we sleep? And when we sleep, to put the phones away. Imagine I'm sleeping and therefore my wife is busy, you know, on social media, talking to whoever at night. Who are you talking to?
Yeah. There should be boundaries. We understand that there will be times that you would have insomnia where you cannot sleep. Then TikTok away if you have insomnia. Go to TikTok, put your headphones but there has to be an agreement.
Just an agreement.
Because again, because even if we say go to TikTok, you might think other people cannot sleep with the light open, with the light on. So if I can't sleep with the light on, it means whilst you are TikToking, I'm not sleeping. But again, I give you that in understanding that you've got insomnia, but you take advantage of it. And you go to the dining room and you say that you are TikToking because you've got insomnia. Whilst you are not TikToking, but when you've got your headphones and you are busy sexting and doing all kinds of things in the middle of the night with someone else. I cannot be policing you. Really, I cannot be. No one in a relationship is supposed to police the other person. You're supposed to trust them enough that they are in this relationship to make good for the relationship and to do things that equip the relationship and develop the relationship and take it to another level, not getting an opportunity to do underhanded things. Others will even tap your phone. Imagine, I don't know if you've had someone tapping your phone. You know when someone has tapped your phone, when someone is getting information about your phone. How do you know? You know about when you speak to me about things that I know. You tell me about something that I know. It can only be from my phone. You share information that is supposed to be on my phone. How do you know that information? It means that you don't trust me. You tap the phone instead of you addressing the main cause of not trusting the person. You decide to do underhanded tactics of tapping their phone. We are one, right? But in being one, you're still your own individual. You still have a right to your own privacy. And I need to respect that. Respect means that I need to respect you to be you and understand that you're going to have things that you need to do with your friends and understand that you're going to spend time with your friends and spend time with your family and not tamper with your privacy. But whilst I'm doing that again, there are men that will tap the phones of their wives and they will follow them everywhere. Even wives who do that and tap their men's phones, and they busy every time. Like we saw there, she was sleeping. She was even using a dog, where they take puppies and they do a dog's paw to try and open the password because they want to look into the phone. It means there's an underlying problem. Let's address the underlying problem, because the surface one of a password, it's not the real problem. If you've got nothing to hide, you will not be holding on to that password for dear life.
Yeah, and I think it goes on to say, I mean, like I'm saying, politicians are concerned about the next election, but leaders are concerned about the future generations. We are leaders to the future generations. Whatever we are doing, our children are watching, remember. And we expect that even their children's children will be able to set a good example. It all starts with us. We might not have had good examples from our own parents, maybe, but now we don't have an alternative. We have to make it right and make sure that we prioritize our families. When you are there, don't be absent in your presence. When you are there, be present. Not be. I remember the other day, honey, I was going to Pretoria West or something, and I had to drive. I mean, it was like a 40 minutes drive, and I thought, I don't want to go alone. Let me ask a friend to accompany me. Then I called him up. My friend, I'm going here, man. I just need company, just someone to be with me in the car. He said, yeah, sure, no problem. I went to pick him up. I drove about 20 minutes. I went to pick him up out away from where I live.
I remember.
And then I'm telling you, from the time that he jumped on the car until the time when we got to Pretoria West and came back, he was on the phone.
Yeah.
I even had to switch off the radio. And my
Switch it on.
Switch it off because he's busy on the phone. Even at least,
the radio was going to accompany you, but now he's on his phone. You can't even listen to the radio.
Now, for the entire trip, I had to give him space so that he's talking on the phone. And I regretted ever calling him.
Yeah, but remember there was another case where we traveled to somewhere, and then we had someone in the car with us, and we had a tire burst or something going on with the car, and we needed help to sort out the car, and the person who I thought would be the one that would be helping you to sort out the car, instead they were on the phone all throughout. You were alone doing everything, and I'm like, why did you even? Especially when you're a guy, you're there, and all you concentrated on is to be on your phone when there's a crisis. You even had to ask me, like, how do we take out that other tire under the car? I needed to hold something. And I'm like, but there's even a guy. He's on the journey. Why would he be sitting there and doing nothing but worried about his phone when it's actually crucial? We are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so it's important for you to know how to differentiate things. Now, another thing, whenever you put your phone away, there is an app for that. And it is called Respect.
Yeah.
Just for that few minutes, put the phone away, focus on me, talk to me. If it's your kids, talk to your kids during that time. And if anyone else tries to phone you at the time when you're having a date with your spouse, you put your phone on silent or whatever, but let your spouse feel that she or he is important that time.
Yeah.
Because there is a way to bypass everything. You just make a phone call.
And don't accuse each other of things when you know that, like I know there would be a message like for ladies, even for guys, ladies would do this. I would get a message from someone. Maybe it's a colleague or it's a person that I know, and they send me a message and I'm not entertaining the message. I'm not entertaining the message. I have not responded to the message. I have not said anything, but then I start being accused of having a relationship with that person. By doing that, you are pushing that person into someone else's. And they would rather say, rather than me being accused of something that I'm not doing, I would rather be shouted at every day and being reminded about something that I'm actually doing. That's what other people would do.
Yeah.
So you're pushing them into the hands of someone else because you finding a message and the person... Okay, here's the thing. I didn't stop being beautiful simply because I got married to you. You didn't stop being handsome to every woman because you got married to me. So some women, we are going to send you messages because they're trying to break you and me up. And me accusing you of being part of that as though you took part when I can see you didn't respond. I must accuse you when I know I've got proof that you have actually taken part. I don't know if that makes sense. I must accuse you that you've taken part because that's the beginning of killing the relationship. It's when we start accusing each other. Understand your wife or your husband, they're still gonna get messages from other people. If there's a colleague and they say to me, they have my number and I share my number, and they send me a message that is inappropriate, I don't delete the message that is inappropriate. And you can say, I did not even answer the message that is inappropriate, and you find the message that is inappropriate. Let's have a conversation about it before you start accusing. Because it doesn't mean I've taken part in being unfaithful in me being sent a message. As much as you could be sent that message by some woman. There was one who you used to send your message. Do you remember? You said, I remember the words because it said, if I follow you, would you keep me? You remember?
Yeah. So, but I think when we talk about transparency, in the first place, after receiving that message, if I show it to my wife and say, I just received this message and I don't know it's from who or whatever. But when you are transparent with each other, then she won't have a problem when she finds the message on my phone because I had already told her about it. It's a very good thing to be transparent. And the most important thing now...
But okay, but let's have a conversation about this.
We've got 5 minutes, so
I
we
know,
can get
I know,
questions.
but I think this one is very crucial. You're saying if I'm transparent, I'm trying to bring in another side. I can feel transparent to tell you that this is what I received. But I'm not responsible for how you react. Because again, the way you think that you can react, you are saying to me you could understand that because I was transparent. And not every man is like that, and not every woman is like that. The minute you start saying something about something, it is as though there's something that you are actually doing and you are leveling the playing ground.
Which is better than when I find the message and then I think,
So you're saying that I should tell you that I
received this.
I received this message, even if he's gonna blow a gasket.
I think
even
so.
If he's gonna go and want to approach other people, it's my colleague. He sends me something that's inappropriate. I think I've got it handled, and I do have HR to also handle it at work. But now I must mention it to you that this guy did this at work, even though it's handled. And I know in your nature that you would go and confront the guy. For me, all I'm saying in this one is that it will be different strokes for different folks. You need to, if you know that your husband and your partner cannot be able to take things like this in a calm manner, then telling him he might go to work. There's someone who actually went for someone at work and they wanted to shoot someone because they've spoken inappropriately with their person, but HR was handling something. So how do you balance the thing? For me, I feel when it gets to a point that now it's become repetitive, then I will come to you and say, there was this that happened and I thought that at work they are handling it and we're handling it. But now it's become repetitive, it's coming back again, and I think I need to bring it to your attention. But when it happens for the first time, I don't really think I'm like I can handle it. As much as I think also when you got girls and they are running after you, I don't need to go tell them, please leave my man. Because I trust you to handle it first. But it gets to a point, I don't ever think I'm going to be that person that's going to go to a girl and say, leave my man. In any case, that's not in my personality. I think I'll just speak to you about it. But I don't think that I need to first trust you that you are handling it, because you are handling it.
You are married to me.
I'm married to you. So my first line of defense is you handling it and making sure that the monkeys, they don't come to our field. They don't come in and play and eat our bananas in our tree. So you're going to handle the monkeys. But when you are not there, the monkeys keep coming. Then now I can be able to say, now the monkeys keep on coming, then and they're coming from your side of the fence, and you're not blocking them.
Yeah, I think it's different strokes for different people, and it depends like how maybe guys, we can discuss now. This is something that is open to everyone, so let us discuss, because if we don't discuss, we're gonna have women praying and we're gonna have a problem if they pray alone. You can unmute now and tell us what you think. From Lucas, what do you think out of this?
Come on, T.
If she prays for strength, she will beat him.
And this looks like you, T,
not with the hair.
Definitely not the hair.
So let's hear from you guys. What do you think from the conversation? I mean, is this something which makes sense to you? You are okay to have a different opinion. Remember, it's okay to.
No, I think the conversation is really fruitful, And most of the topics or the points that you have touched on are the things that as young couples are experiencing, especially when it comes to our social media presence and also how we utilize our devices when we are around our partners. So actually, I've learned a lot.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very relevant. Very relevant. There was a time when we were affected by this. I think mostly in 2020 because we were home all the time. And when we went out to a restaurant or something like that, I don't know what happened. Because I remember Lutando used to see people at a restaurant, like we were in Ibn Batuta, and he saw a man sitting across his wife, and he was on his phone the whole time. And he was like, oh my gosh, what is he doing? That is so disrespectful. But then in 2020 to 21, we saw it that it was happening to us. While we are eating, the cell phone will just come out, kind of thing. So both of us, I don't know if it was, I think I started that. I said, honey, can you put your phone away? Like we are eating right now. Oh yeah, sorry. You don't realize, but it starts to happen. And then when someone does, y'all really need to put the phones away during date night. A friend of his messaged him while we was a morning date. Friend of his messaged him, and this friend made it seem like it was so urgent. And Lutando, when he answered the phone, he's like, "This was not even urgent. Like, why are you calling me?" He was so mad. Yeah, but yeah, we've been trying to put the phones away. I mean, we do put the phones away. But yeah, it's an important conversation to have because people don't realize it or they don't want to make it a big deal, but it is.
It is a big deal, especially when you have children as well. Because imagine you coming from work all the day, you are busy at work, and you are only home for a few hours, you are tired, you want to sleep, and then you need to make time for children.
Yeah.
And then there's a phone now.
And if you don't create boundaries around that phone, even when you are at home, you could even, you're not at work and you're supposed to be home bonding with your family, but colleagues and friends could still be stealing into your family time.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to be spending time with your family and your kids, your colleagues could still be calling, your friends could still be calling. And at times they would call you even in awkward hours of the day.
Yeah.
And you still need to be reachable to your family. We cannot say to people, switch off your phone, but you need to know and let the people that are in your circle to know that unless it's urgent around this time, you don't answer the phone.
Yeah, and you focus on your family, guys. It's priority is very important nowadays. One of the reasons why our world is in this crisis is because our parents were too busy with the time, where we had together. Well, anyway, I think that is a topic for another day. But it's very important for us to do right by our kids and our family.
Yeah.
I don't know, Lucy, what do you think? Mrs. Mabuza. Okay. Lou?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you're still here. Okay, what do you think about this topic? I mean, how do you resonate with this?
Sure. I don't know where to start. I mean, cell phones not only for couples, but sometimes you find that the kids, the parents, everyone is busy. And yeah, it's true that we don't have time for one another. Not only for, like spouses, but also time for kids. And most of us are so guilty of that. And the sad thing is that, they grow, these kids,
Yes.
and they get used to that. And it will be like too late to now start, trying to change things for them because now they are so married to their phones now. You don't have family time. what they do, they go to their rooms and they are on their phones
Yeah.
all the way. Sad, but I don't think it's too late to really change things around.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I think we need to have that boundary, the cutoff time. It's very important.
Yeah,
It's very
I
important.
agree.
And Lou?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For me, I think everything about what was just been said now is very important. Personally, me, I snitch. I snitch a lot to my wife when people are sending me wrong messages on the phone. And I remember my former colleagues, we had this conversation, of course, they were shocked that my wife knows my passwords of my phone, my WhatsApp, my Facebook, my social media passwords. They were like, "How? Why? You cannot do that. It's a husband, you need your space." I said, "Yes, but I still need to account
Yeah.
to her. I know her password." So it's something that is out there, outside in the world, and sometimes we let it pass. You could see some videos on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram of a married couple where a husband will pretend as if he's talking about a church meeting, but he's answering their girlfriend. It may be a humor when you're watching it, but it registers in your brain as this is a normal thing to do. So all these little things, when we start to let them pass by, they start to become like a reality, and we start to act on them. So for me, I'm always cautious. When someone sends me a message that is really questionable, I immediately snitch to my wife. I had someone send me a message from the church, and she said, "Hi, sweetie, how are you?" I was like, whoa. We never introduced each other as sweetie. Immediately I block it. I said to my wife, this one just saying hi, sweetie. and then even when they're in the church, I will show my wife, there she is, that one. She's the one. So, and I'm being honest, that has really kept me very safe in my marriage. Every time I'll see something that is strange, I'll snitch it to my wife. And sometimes she doesn't need to hear it, but because I want to be safe, I don't want to let things come in, and I will always make sure that she knows it. Yes, cell phone does take time in marriage, and it destroys marriage. And truly, if we cannot account to one another on the use of marriage, no matter how important you need to post that thing on Instagram, but just remember how it will take out your time from that moment to experience that wonderful moment with your wives. So it's a beautiful and powerful thing. I think we always need the reminder of these things every day. That look, cell phone down, family time, hey, passwords. Feel free. I think as men, we don't want. Sometimes we feel like we're gonna be weak when we tell other men, my wife knows my passwords. It doesn't mean you're weak. You are strong at that moment. You are the best one. You are the best one. Even you could say that she can access my bank account. No, that makes it worse. And it's because you don't want. The Bible says, small things kills.
It's the little foxes that destroys the vineyard.
Yes, and you don't want these small things to come and to destroy your marriage. So we are still in the building process. And in that building process, it's very important the types of bricks that we're building our marriage with.
No, I think you couldn't have said it any better. We appreciate this. I think for the sake of time, because we agreed to finish this time, unless there is someone who wants to say anything, then we will continue again next week. And next week we'll be talking about the impact of extramarital affairs in our relationships. We'll talk about what are the causes of extramarital affairs, what are the consequences, and how to avoid them.
And how to tell whether you are
How to do it.
moving from a friend stage on a relationship with a person to of an opposite sex to a
relationship, from friendship to a
lover
relationship.
relationship.
Yes. We're going to be talking about that next week. So next week, same time. And guys, it's the same Zoom link, by the way, because I see maybe others are still asking which link. It's the same Zoom link that we're using. So next week, same time at 7. Feel free to invite anyone. And we will be talking about this because it's really destroying our nation. It's really destroying everything that we have. The extramarital affairs. Remember what we said about the onion? That you just keep peeling. Every time you peel to a new one, but you never find anything. Instead, you cry at the end.
Yeah.
Because of the onion water. But anyway, yeah. So we are grateful. Thank you, Lula. We appreciate you guys taking time out.
And let's be responsible with our mobile
All of us.
gadgets.
Yes.
And how we use them. And always remember the impact that it has on us and on our children and even on our family and friends.
Yes. So we thank you, Lula. We thank you, Miss Mabuza, Tandi.
Mrs. Manzini was there
Mrs.
also.
Manzini, yeah, she was here, and Jan, and Mr. Lucas. We thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for the interesting and informative session.
So we thank you. It's iron sharpens iron, you know.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you then. Thank you. Okay. Bye.